Sinatra's podium.
I had to pull Johnny Depp off that hole. This room, obviously known for Frank Sinatra, My Way, everything kind of post-1961. But the theme to The Godfather was done in this room. A lot of things. We're doing a string date later today, so for a film or TV show. So yeah, it's a working studio. That's important to remember. Remember when I was talking to you about Bill Putnam being a great designer? You can see all the walls. Everything has a purpose. All these louvers have a purpose for acoustics. Then you see the pegboard with holes in it. Tile floor. It's amazing, actually. It has asbestos behind it, so we don't take it up. Anyway, but all of this, it is not a danger to you. It's like a filling. Don't take it out. Anyway, but this is the largest room, and right now it's empty, and later today it'll be filled with musicians. Yeah. You can turn around and see the music stands, mic stands. These are the tools of our trade. Yeah. These big, tall things with the plexiglass are called baffles. And you create and build a small, isolated space with those, section people off.
But this is like Mamas and the Papas, California Dreamin', Beach Boys, the whole...
Yeah, a lot of those sessions were done in 3.
Yeah.
We're going to try to sneak in there before they start.
Right.
And then they would do the string dates in here.
Right.
So very common for people to move from room to room.
Yeah, yeah.
Still today.
But still.
Tool did Lateralis, I always say that wrong. In this room, Tom Petty did a lot of sessions, Willie Nelson, the Stones. Yeah.
Did anybody want to use Frank's podium?
We use it every day. We use it
that.
every day. We use it every time we do a string date, or every time someone needs every time there's a conductor, he's on that podium.
That is so, yeah. I would never change it. And
we paint it. It's not that fancy, but it does a trick. This is the control room of Studio One at EastWest Studios, 6000 Sunset. This is 8078, 2 consoles locked together. At one time, it was the largest of its kind. It was built for Michael Jackson for the record Bad. You see the outboard gear. I was talking to you earlier about Bill Putnam designing gear. Anything that says Uri on it, the older stuff that says Uri on it, was United Recording Enterprises Incorporated. Mm-hmm. And that stuff was built in this building as well. So you see all this gear. This is a Fairchild. This is amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
This is one of the most valuable pieces of gear. Run a vocal through this, just makes you sound much better. That's all I'm going to say.
You're Michael Jackson.
You're Michael Jackson. You're whomever. But yeah, I'm really lucky. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Pro Tools rig set up.
It's amazing how all this old gear, and it's just...
It all interfaces.
It is the best, and it will always be the best.
Well, yeah, and computers kind of replaced the tape machine, but there isn't anything different in our process other than that.
Isn't that right?
The mode of capture became the computer.
Yeah, but everything else is the same. It's incredible.
Yeah, we're going to go into Studio 2 next. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. 1 is the largest, 2 is mid-size, 3 is the smallest, and then Studio 5, where we were earlier today. So we're going to go out through this door right here. We're actually going to go into this hallway. And you see the rooms are the same as they've been since the 60s. And then these are the lounges that Philip Stark did and built. So this is, the lights should be snapping on, but they're not. That red curtain behind you, wherever you see the red curtain in this building, that is the walls of Studio One. So it was a big warehouse type of building. It's a boat trust building. You can see the ceiling. It's like an upside down arc. It's 120-year-old redwood.
Love it.
It's the other thing about managing a studio I didn't talk about was building maintenance. Roof, plumbing. It's an old building, right?
Yeah.
So be careful. It's tight in this hallway. We're going to walk around to Studio 2. Remember I told you that it was a grocery store during the turn of the century, and Bill was a smart guy, so he kept the freezer and the refrigerator doors because they're thick.
Yeah.
This is the back door to Studio 3. We're actually going to go through this door. You're going to need probably a light adjustment. There's some outside light. So this is Studio 2. Watch your feet. And I'm going to do an episode of my podcast later with Jason. This is Studio 2. This is kind of the rock room. And this is where you would know like a lot of Chili Peppers records, Tom Petty, also Stones, Muse, Weezer. If I'm leaving someone out, I'll get in trouble. But in the historical part, in the 60s and 70s, this was the TV theme room. So like F Troop, I Dream of Jeannie, a lot of music for the Partridge Family, music for the Monkees. That was all done in here. And, that's a bit... revenue stream for Bill Putnam and the owners at the time was TV show themes. And we still do tons. We do tons for Netflix, tons for all the different networks. But yeah, so I think
That's
Hawaii
great.
Five-0 was done in here. I'm not sure. But Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You was recorded in here. Dave writes a shout out to you and David Foster. You can only be named David. But anyway, was very young when he did that, Dave writes. This great engineer. He's a good friend of mine. I think he was 24 when he recorded that. And everyone thinks it was the big room, but it was this room.
That's amazing.
There you go, yeah. So wood, everything has a purpose for the acoustics. I was telling you that earlier. These diffusers that you see, the famous story, shout out to Derek Whibley in Sum 41. He got in trouble because he took a piece of wood off the wall and I spanked him with it. We ended up becoming really good friends. And he fixed it and he came back and did a video later, probably about 10 years ago. But really lovely guy, great band.
So funny.
But
Don't steal the studio walls.
Yeah, don't break it.
Yeah.
But
that's incredible.
these guys again, they were just building stuff. I mean, like I don't know how he came up with the louvered wood, the ceiling. I mean, even the diffusers at the top.
Yeah.
And this is the same as it has been since the 60s. So
The same floor and the same everything.
Yeah. I mean, I replace tiles every now and then, but you can't match them. So every now and then you'll see like a mismatch in the tile where it gets replaced. Studio 1, largest room, has the largest piano. It has a 9-foot Bechstein, beautiful piano. This Studio 2, this has a 7-foot Yamaha in that booth right there. And Studio 3 has a 1951 Steinway that belonged to Frank Sinatra. He probably had like 100. It was like, put it at the studio.
Yeah.
But it's a great piano. I had it restrung a couple years ago. The birds, you may want to know what the birds are about, the owl and the hawk. We used to have a pigeon problem. This is a long time ago, before it was East-West, but the birds stayed. Anyway, I got those birds to keep pigeons out of coming into the rooms. It worked.
And now they're guardian owls.
It's a true story.
Or hawks.
It worked. And we use the loft sometimes, but not that often. Sometimes we'll put drums up there. But the Neve in Studio 1 is newer than this Neve. This is Studio 2 we're in. This is an 8028 that was modded to 40 channels. I love this console, but my favorite console is in Studio 3, which I'll show you in a minute. But this is actually less problematic than the newer one. It's tube, Class A, discrete. It's amazing. As complicated as it looks, it's easier to fix. Another Fairchild. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
But so many things, this is, if you're watching this and you don't know what this is a patch bay. This is a remote patch bay that goes to the console. So mics come up on a channel on the console, Pro Tools. Patch bay is how you plug in the outboard gear, how everything is routed. If you know one channel, you pretty much know them all, except the monitor section over here. This is a great control room. It looks like an upside down door, right, on the ceiling.
That's true.
Right, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's so meticulous, but then it looks like,
It's working. It's a working room.
It's fantastic.
These big main speakers, we have ATCs in 1, 2, and 3. I was telling you about the Augsburgers in 5, but all 1, 2, and 3, the main tracking rooms have ATCs. They're amazing speakers. Shout out to ACC.
What do they still use for the
NS10s?
Oh my God, the NS.
Yeah.
I was like, these look like NS10s to me.
They're just a common frame of reference. They're kind of what everybody knows.
Isn't it funny what sound is? What is sound, and it's what everybody knows sound is.
I think it's what it translates. It's not that they're the best speakers. It's just what's familiar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We used to listen to stuff in cars because cars had bad stereos.
Yeah.
But now cars have amazing stereos. So it's a little bit different, right?
That's so funny.
We're gonna walk back down the hall to Studio 3. I'm gonna knock on the door and see if we can go in. So this is Studio 3. It's the smallest of the rooms. Turn around and catch that. Amazing. If you see old footage of the mamas and papas, you'll see this room a lot. This room has no isolation, so you record live together in this room. That's how it's done. But you see, again, he had spaces within spaces that he had to work with. Like, I don't know when he built this. I don't think it was all big one open thing. I think there were smaller, like, freezers or whatever it was when it was a grocery store. And he built this within this. And Wally Hyder, Bones Howe, all those guys that were staff guys here, Skip Saylor. Wally Hyder built Wally Hyders, and they were always trying to replicate this and replicate the acoustics. And they, as good as Wally Hyders was, they kind of just never could. And all of us, we just don't question it anymore. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how he did it. We're glad he did it. We're grateful that he did it. I always say this room is small but mighty.
Yeah.
I love this room.
No.
You know what I mean? You have to imagine the Beach Boys in here. Behind this wall, you're going to see this piano I was telling you about, Sinatra's piano. But behind this wall, you'd have Hal Blaine in the corner with his drums, Carol Kay. Then the guys would be singing in here. You'd pack everybody in here, you know, and go back and listen to mono.
Oh, yeah.
You want to hear something that sounds good?
Yeah.
Mono. It's loud. It's clear.
It is.
You can hear everything.
No,
you know, I'm not opposed to stereo, of course, but I'm just saying, like, how did they do that? And it was the engineers.
The stereo allows you to put stuff around so you can get more in. But
fill
with
the
mono,
space.
You have that space only.
Yeah, it's all there. And I mean, the dynamic range, you can hear everything.
Yeah.
You know, you listen to Mamas and Papas. If you're lucky enough to be able to hear it in mono, or Pet Sounds, you could. Brian Wilson has come in here many times. God rest in peace, Brian. So lovely, you know. And I got a signed copy of Pet Sounds.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you did fangirl.
Everybody. The manager had them all sign it for me.
Okay.
Because I asked her.
Yeah. Wow, that's fantastic.
Rooms have history. Engineers, artists, everybody has history. Consoles have history. You know, we talked about Studio One being built for Michael Jackson for Bad. The Studio 2 console, David Bowie mixed Iggy Pop raw power on that console in Studio 2. This is a Trident A range. There's only 6 in existence in the world. There were only 13 ever built. This is my favorite console. It's more simple electronically. It has a unique color. You wonder what it does. They all have a unique color. Not in a negative way, in a positive way that enhances your music, just like a microphone or a good guitar amp. You know, it sounds amazing. We've got this, and Doug, my boss, bought it in 2006, and the tech at the time, Gary Meyerberg, restored it. Lawrence Malcho's our chief engineer, did a lot of work on it. Now I have Alfredo Aresto and Tim Curtis. They're amazing. But this console's my favorite, and this console, Queen Night at the Opera. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's nuts. The history, they have, the things that have gone through here and been recorded on here, it's just incredible. I feel so blessed. The A ranges that came to the States were all built for the Robb brothers who owned Cherokee Studios. And this is no different. It was at Cherokee at one point in time. And then it went to Longview Farms in Massachusetts, where we bought it in 2006 and brought it here. But there's a friend of mine who lives here in LA. His name is Adam Mosley. He's a great engineer, mastering engineer, producer, a really lovely guy. And he worked at Trident Studios and helped build this console.
Wow. When
he was a staff guy there. So he did a podcast recently, and he was in here talking about the Trident. Adam Mosley is his name. He's a lovely, lovely guy. He's from Brighton, born and bred in Brighton. Yeah, he's a Brit from Brighton. But yeah, you see a lot. You'll see a recurring theme here. In a room that isn't a Neve, you'll see outboard Neve mic pre's. In the SSL room, you'll see Neve stuff. In the Neve room, you'll see SSL stuff. So yeah, it's really just going for a particular sound and a mic pre or a compressor or a piece of outboard gear, a delay, whatever it is. And there's a lot of great new stuff, and there's a lot of great plugins. Safari Pedals makes good. Everybody, there's so many companies are making innovations. Manley, you'll see the Manley stuff. Burl, amazing. We have Burl converters, A to D and D to A converters in Studio 2 and Studio 3. That's a thing, right? You're going from analog to digital and back again. You gotta make sure it sounds okay. So I'm an analog fan. I think it sounds better. I think tape sounds better, but I think what sounds better is a good performance.
Yeah, it sounds better. Yeah, exactly.
And a good song. But yeah, again, Studio 3, 6000 Sunset. We call it the Pet Sounds room.
Yeah.
Because that was done in here.
That's amazing.
And this is where Dan Tannenbaum is working. You see he's got stations set up. And he's a great songwriter and multi-instrumentalist. He plays the violin, plays keyboards, sings. It's amazing. Studio 4, I mentioned Jeff Ellis. He's EastWest alum. This is his room.
Yeah.
Love him. I found this.
Wait, is that a picture of you?
It is. It is a picture of me.
Sorry, let's have a look-see.
That's a picture of me.
Candace is there, and she's there.
That's an old picture. I found this like in storage, and I put it up.
Of course.
I used to have gold records along all the walls and pictures along all the walls, so I kind of cleaned things up. But I hung this one up. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to see where it starts.
Yeah. There's an album that Sinatra did called Rituals, and he's sitting on like a crate in the loading bay.
Really?
I do not know why they chose this photo, other than maybe he was on a break or something.
Yeah, it's authentic and Frank's Frank.
Interesting, yeah. There's my very messy office.
Oh.
You know, this is where it all happens.
This is where all the magic happens.
This is where it all goes down. I told you that the red curtain is the walls of Studio One, so wherever you see that red curtain, that shows you how big Studio One is. And then this is the main lobby.
Yeah.
The private lounges are great, but like on a larger string date, when everyone needs to eat lunch or something like that, this is a space where they can sit and relax. And there'll be people out here later this afternoon, actually. That is my chair.
I was about to say, where Candace eats lunch is either in that chair or up on the horse.
Yeah, that's my chair. Now, the horse is actually hollow. I had to pull Johnny Depp off that horse.
I believe it, actually.
He was doing a documentary with Keith Richards, and he went to get on the horse. And I'm like, no, it's hollow. It'll break. Please don't break it.
Why, I'm not surprised.
And then there's a full kitchen back here. Mm-hmm. Behind that wall, there's a double oven 8-burner Wolf. If you work here for a week or longer and get lucky, me and Keith will cook you dinner. We both love to cook. And we do Thanksgiving here because it's so much bigger than the stove at my house.
Yeah.
But,
what a fantastic idea.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there you go.
You're the best.
Well, you're the best.